Welcome to a nourishing midweek lunch hour conversation with Spokane's newsmakers, thought leaders, and popular entertainers. Spokane Talks Live is brought to you by our friends at Homes for You and Breakthrough Incorporated. Welcome to Spokane Talks Live. Welcome to Spokane Talks Live. Kent Adams. I hope you're having a good day today. This is the second to our last program of Spokane Talks Live. The reason is, after Labor Day weekend, we have a new name and a kind of a new approach, so kind of stay tuned for that. Got some great guests, good people here today, and it's going to be kind of fun, and I think entertaining and perhaps more importantly, most interesting to you. Brian Newberry, who is the executive director of the Girl Scouts here in town, is going to talk about all things Girl Scouts and the great things that they do to help young women grow up and be good women. Tim Brummet is here from Stay Fierce Weightloss, and he's got a new approach online to help people lose weight. I think I better sign up. And Evan Verduin, did I say it right, Evan? Verduin. Okay, well, I was close, but not close enough. Is going to be here to talk about some new development and what's going on. One of the first downtown apartment buildings to be built since about the 70s. And so that's good news for everybody. And we're going to talk about the building industry as a whole here in Spokane and what's happening. Connor's calling the weather next on Spokane Talks Live.
Hello, Spokane. This is Connor from Spokane Talks Online with your 7-day weather forecast. Today is going to be widespread haze, areas of smoke, so I would stay indoors. But for the most part, it's going to be sunny with a high near 86. Tonight, we're also going to see widespread haze, and then it's going to be a little bit cloudy, but not too much, with a low of 56. Thursday, we'll also see widespread haze, but it's going to improve with sunny skies with a high of 82 and a low of 53. Friday will be clearing out with sunny skies with a high of 77 and a low of 50. Saturday will also be clear and sunny skies with a high of 76 and a low of 51. Sunday, we could also see partly sunny skies with a high of 73 and a low of 50. Monday, we could see a low pressure system coming into the inland northwest, bringing us for the chance of rain, which we haven't had a decent amount of rain since June 21st. It's been nearly 2 months. Incredible. Anyway, Monday we'll see about a 30 to 40% chance of rain with a high of 69 and a low of 45. Tuesday will clear out with mostly sunny skies with a high of 72. This was Connor from Spokane Talks Online. Have a great day.
Welcome to Tom Sawyer Country Coffee.
Tom Sawyer Country Coffee only roasts the finest organic coffee for our signature blends. Enjoy a cup at our coffee shop and local businesses and organizations across the region.
I'm Tom Sawyer, and we choose the Pacific Northwest.
Last year alone, Avista customers saved over 53 million kilowatt hours of energy. Enough to power more than 4,000 homes for an entire year. Way to save, everyone. Way to save. Find your way to save at avistautilities.com.
What? You haven't been to the library lately? Stop in today and see that the library is more than books. Spokane County Library District facilities feature on-site technology, including Wi-Fi, computers, and printers, as well as free use of meeting rooms. The Library District offers events and programs for all ages, from story times to career development and employer classes to Social Security workshops. Our staff is well trained and happy to help. Find out more about your library at scld.org.
It's August 22nd, Spokane Talks Live. Kent Adams here. The rumor is that we're going to start losing some of this smoke and it's going to cool off a little bit. Even a rumor we'll have some rain on Monday. Let's hope so. We need that. Without the lightning, okay, and thunder, just the rain. I got an old friend here. I don't mean old as in ancient old like me, but gosh, I've known you for what, 3.5, 4, 5 years, something like that. In fact, you helped us get started way back 3.5 years ago.
I do. I remember the first days.
Yeah, a little smaller, no cameras in those days, right?
What did I say when I walked in here? Holy mackerel.
Yeah, exactly. Tim Brummet, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Thank you, my friend.
You have gone, now I did not see you or know you when you had all of your weight, but I have watched you the last 3.5 years continue to not only lose weight, but perhaps more importantly, get into shape, which is really the key. Now, you're a couple years behind me, but you're just doing wonderful things for yourself. Look at you.
Oh, gosh.
I have a special camera on me to try to make me look a little smaller. You've been doing workouts with people for the last year or two. You were certified as a trainer and all of that. But now you've launched an additional project, which is kind of a way to give back to the community, called Stay Fierce Weight Loss. Right. What is that?
Well, Stay Fierce Weight Loss is an effort to help people, as many people as I can, lose weight just the way I lost my weight. I've lost over 160 pounds now in the last 4 years, and I had tried everything. Yeah. And I know how it feels to be overweight. I know how people feel.
What affects you medically on everything, doesn't it? I mean, it really does.
It's not just the medical. It's the way you feel about yourself, the way you feel people are watching you and judging you.
Yeah. There's that fat guy.
There's
just no way around it.
I did it. I learned. I made a couple of changes because I had tried everything.
What were the changes?
Well, the first change that I made, I think, was this time I decided to go work with a personal trainer.
Okay.
I mean, I had tried everything.
Yeah.
Counting calories, ordering special food and such.
Yeah.
And my trainer knew how to help people lose weight.
Okay.
And he helped me to learn how to lose weight.
Okay.
And that's what I'm doing, and it worked. Yeah. It works. There's no gimmicks, there's no tricks, but it's not that hard.
It's work. I mean, you got to.
It's work.
It's discipline, probably more than anything else, isn't it?
It is. Well, yes. That's why I call it Stay Fierce.
Yeah.
That's our mantra.
Yeah.
Stay fierce.
Yeah.
Are you stronger than that cookie?
Well, I'll admit I'm not. Okay.
It's real life. It's no tricks, but it's not misery. And the one thing I tell people when they begin, the way I suggest you do things is a lot easier way to live than you're living right now.
Okay. The impetus for all of this was finding a personal trainer.
I did.
And that also kind of put you on a path to become a personal trainer, didn't it? Because you saw what it did to you.
I did. It was pretty remarkable. I mean, I was in my early 60s. I'm going to be 66 in a week.
Oh, you're just a kid.
And people our age we're not supposed to be able to lose all our weight and get in shape. And I just found out that's hogwash. And I wouldn't have learned that had I not went. I want to give them a shout. They're a Spokane business. They're called Complete Athlete.
Okay.
The finest personal training facility.
And they probably,
in
in so many ways, saved your life.
Maybe. They're good pros.
Yeah.
They helped teach me to become a good trainer.
Good.
And I've gone on from there. But if anybody wants to get in shape, especially athletes.
Yes.
If you're an athlete and you want to get in shape, call Complete
Or you can
Athlete.
really get hurt.
Anyhow, I better move on.
Yeah.
I don't want people.
Tell me about you. This new Stay Fierce Weight Loss is an online opportunity for people to help themselves, right?
It's pretty simple. 3 to 4 times a week, I'm going to put up videos.
Okay.
2 or 3 minutes, we'll talk about eating.
Okay.
Real life.
Yeah.
Just what I did.
Why did you look so straight at me when you said
No.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Talk about real life,
that.
eating,
Yeah.
and then we're going to have a 12 to 15-minute workout that people can do at their own capabilities right in their living room.
Right.
At 3 to 4
Which is
weeks.
kind of nice because no one's watching, and if they don't do it quite right, no one's there pointing.
Well, right in their living room.
Right.
And if they'll do this, because the key to losing your weight is, remember, it's a journey.
Yeah.
And you have to stay consistent. So
Yes.
just tune in, go to Stay Fierce Weight Loss on Facebook.
Okay.
And see the videos every week, do the workouts.
So have you already started?
September 8th, we kick off.
Oh, okay. All right. So, okay. Well, good. I think that's great. Again, let's remind folks where they can find you. Is it just on Facebook or is there a website?
Well,
because Facebook is so popular
on
today.
Facebook, you'll find me at Stay Fierce Weight Loss.
Okay.
Online at stayfiercefitness.com.
Okay.
And locally, I have an active schedule, and I train at a very exclusive little gym in Otis Orchards.
Okay.
It's not intimidating. It's a friendly neighborhood gym. great equipment, and I'm busy there, and that's called Otis Fitness. May I give them a phone number?
Absolutely.
If you call 922-8429, and you can talk to the people there about fitting into my schedule and come down and get a free session and see if it's for you.
And a little evaluation and all that too.
Yeah.
I think what intimidates me and some of the other folks out there, because I've joined fitness clubs in the YMCA years ago and all of that, is that you go in and you start seeing some of these buff people, both guys and gals, and you go, oh no, I can't be a part of that. I don't fit in. But I hear what you're saying about out at Otis Orchards, that isn't the case. That it's small enough and intimate enough that people can.
It's just a different vibe.
Yeah.
It's a neighborhood.
I think that's important, don't you?
I think it's important for what I do with my customers.
Yes. Yeah.
My customers, most are overweight or they're seniors, and they're intimidated by those big, what I call beefy gyms.
Yes.
And of course we have people in great shape.
Well, yeah.
Come in the gym, but it's very supportive. The people feel right at home, and I feel very comfortable there. And most important, my customers do. So that's the only gym I work at now.
That's what counts. Well, Tim, congratulations again. One more time, where can they get information on Facebook?
Stay Fierce Weight Loss.
All right, thanks. Good to see you
Good
again.
to see
all
you,
right.
Ken. Congratulations on all you've done here.
Well, thank you.
Spokane Talks
But
Online
what you're doing
awesome.
is you're going to be saving lives and
Thank
extending
you.
lives.
I don't know if I think about it that far, but I know I
Yeah.
can help people lose weight and feel better.
Great.
Thank you, Kent.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Is your child having trouble coping with a personal disability, but don't know where to go? Consider our friends at Breakthrough Incorporated. Breakthrough takes great pride in mentoring their DDA clients who have intellectual disabilities and their BRS clients who have challenging behaviors toward the creation of safe, appropriate, ethically sound life goals. They integrate programs at school and home to enrich their lives. They work hard to make a positive difference in you and your family's lives. Breakthrough provides a highly structured, fully staffed residential setting in local neighborhoods, 6 in Spokane and 2 in the Tri-Cities. Diagnoses affect people differently, so their service to each resident is unique, giving them the opportunity to grow and evolve. For more information on Breakthrough, visit their website at breakthroughincorporated.org.
You're really doing it. You're ready to buy a house. You know what you can afford, you've got a pre-approval letter, and you and your partner haven't killed each other yet. Now's the fun part. First, think about your main requirements.
Location,
house type,
square footage,
number of beds and baths,
garage,
property age.
Then think about specific features.
waterfront,
Pool,
local schools,
neighborhood safety,
walking distance to parks.
proximity to a decent Turkish bathhouse.
HO.
From there, input all your search criteria. Min and max prices, number of beds and baths, single fam, multifam, condo, co-op, villa, townhouse, farm, whatever. You can even draw your own custom search around the neighborhood you want. The open house is the most fun you can have in real estate. It's like having carte blanche to walk into a total stranger's house and snoop around while they're not there. Here are a few pointers. First, feel free to step in without knocking or ringing the bell. Unless you see a note saying otherwise, in which case, yes, knock and/or ring. It's generally considered good open house etiquette to wait until a group of buyers leaves a room or area before entering.
What we were talking about. Let's check it out. I know, so.
Listen to what other buyers are saying. They may know something about the property or neighborhood that you don't.
I bet they don't even know they have this.
Oh, no. Ask questions about the house, how long it's been on the market, the school district, the property taxes, but keep it cool. Don't give yourself away by sounding too excited.
And the schools in this area are incredible. They're actually building a brand new one 3 blocks away.
What?
And it should be open in the middle of next year.
Please do not steal. Finally, if there are snacks or refreshments, do not take them. It'll skew your perspective. Unless they're mini quiches. Those little are tasty as hell.
Welcome back, Kent Adams here, and a friend of mine who has been a leader and continues to be a leader, first of all in the Air Force, and you were the wing commander at Fairchild Air Force Base, where my son is a civilian firefighter, by the way, and you already know that, and great men and women out there who protect us, who get involved in this community and so forth. And then you were with Leadership Spokane as the CEO or executive director, whatever the title was. I'm always going to get the titles wrong. You know that. For how long?
4 years.
4 years.
I
Okay,
had
was
four
gonna
great classes.
Okay, great. And then now you are the CEO of the local Girl Scouts.
That's correct.
Okay.
For Eastern Washington and Northern Idaho.
I don't see your skirt on.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
This is unusual, isn't it?
It is.
To have a man be, and we have, by the way, your counterpart in the Boy Scouts is a lady.
That's correct.
I mean, did I miss something in 7th grade or something?
Leadership is gender neutral. I am the 8th in the 106-year history nationally to be a male Girl Scout CEO, but for me it was just a calling to be part of youth leadership.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I'm here, and I'm giving it all I got.
Now, do Girl Scouts let guys in?
No.
Okay.
But I will say that Girl Scouts, they do it obviously at the adult level for volunteers,
Sure,
and
sure.
we
And the
encourage
board
that
and
for good
everything
role
else.
models,
Right,
etc. But no, Girl Scouts is continuing to be an all-girl organization.
I think that's good.
And it's very inclusive. So if you identify yourself as a girl, you are in. And that goes back to Juliet Gordon Lowe, the founder of Girl Scouts. Way back when, in 1912, she had
I remember that.
Yep. Yeah, you did. I know you were a young man back then. But she formed a Girl Scout troop of 18 girls, and it was completely inclusive, different cultures, different ethnic backgrounds, and even a girl with special education needs. And she welcomed it all. And that inclusivity has continued to today.
Good. Well, I know your predecessor there, Pam Lund.
Right.
And she's off doing other things now and semi-retired. We
Correct.
never really retire, case in, for example.
Well
here.
said.
But you know, one of the things that she told me one time, you know, the Boy Scouts have the, what's the Eagle? Eagle Scout. And I remember talking to her years ago, because we worked with her on some projects, that the Girl Scouts equivalent is actually more difficult.
It is.
Yeah.
I need to send you a check for bringing this up. The Gold Award is extraordinary.
Which I thought was kind of, it isn't the sexy thing like the Eagle Scouts that everybody talks about and gets kind of pushed in the discussion to the background. But I just thought that was a tremendous thing to know about the Girl Scouts.
I appreciate you bringing it up. We actually had 3 Gold Award winners here. In fact, this Friday, we're going to go out to St. John, Washington, and celebrate Katrina Wiley, who just finished her Gold Award.
Oh, wow.
And she painted a huge Palouse scene on outside of a warehouse, or not a warehouse, a hardware store. But she built that in St. John to inspire others to be artists and to remind everybody of the great Palouse heritage there. But we did have 3 Gold Award winners. One is Anna Preby of Spokane Valley, who did art therapy to help out students who are having challenges in their life. She made a puppet theater and did other things, and we awarded her, and I salute Mayor Rod Higgins for doing a proclamation to celebrate her Gold Award earlier this year. And then the other one, and one of the pictures that I sent was of a West Point cadet, Maggie Ballou. She got her Gold Award for helping reconstruct a portion of a trail in the Cascades and making it more accessible for hikers. But she went off 2 months ago to West Point, and she had an extraordinary, I wouldn't say extraordinary, but she did very, very well in basic cadet training. And this weekend, she just had her recognition parade, and she's now officially part of the brigade, and she did outstanding because she's a Gold Award recipient. And it is a difficult challenge that these Gold Awards do, but they're helping others, and it's something we're doing all we can do to show that these girls deserve that recognition.
And I want at some point you to bring one in.
Sure.
Okay, let's
That'd be great.
plan to do that. Now, is Miranda Reed working on one?
I hope so. That's
Yeah.
a good question. She's an extraordinary
my gosh.
leader as well. I just put her
Yes.
in for a philanthropy award.
Yeah.
She is someone who's on our board of directors, and she just does an incredible job here selling cookies. But
Yes.
she just did a project helping the Monroe businesses, going out and encouraging people to come in and support that.
Yes.
That's the heart of a Girl Scout, to help others.
Well, and I think it's terrific. For those that don't know, the inside story is that she has won awards and been the top salesperson for the cookies and the candy and everything else. Her parents, Kurt and Diane, and Greater American Construction, is our sponsor of Youth Spotlight.
Oh, outstanding.
So in fact, I saw Diane yesterday up at their work, and they, when I talked to her about naturally sponsoring House to Home as a construction company, I know this is hard to believe, but I actually listened. and she talked about her daughter, Miranda, which I kind of knew about, and Justin, who graduated from GU a year and a half ago. And in fact, he does the locker room here on Spokane Talks. And I started listening and going, you're really into youth support things, aren't you? And she said, yes. And I told her about this Youth Spotlight that I'd like to launch, and she said, absolutely. And they've been a sponsor now for over a year, and we've done 12 students. And in fact, the one we did in July, Brady is now our host.
Outstanding.
So, which is kind of fun. And so I think it's important as way back 40-some years ago, 42 plus years ago, as a YMCA director, helping our youth grow up, be all they can be, if you will, and so forth is so important. And I love the fact that you get to continue from supervising and encouraging young men and women in the Air Force to young men and women in the business and education community and Leadership Spokane, and now the young women of Girl Scouts. That's got to be satisfying to you.
It is. The last year's youth, I loved Leadership Spokane, and I love this community and why we stayed here, but that last year's youth class was extraordinary, and it just motivated me that that's where my passion is. And so I put up my hand, and I'm here to serve Girl Scouts.
Great.
I'm not the expert in girl leadership,
Right.
but I'm the expert in encouraging those who are the expert in girl
good
leadership.
Staff there too, and
We've
that's
got
where
an
it comes,
incredible
and the volunteers.
staff. And our volunteers are incredible too. They just had a meeting there last night. Kent, it's been an extraordinary summer. I have had a great time watching it. We're going to shoot model rockets with our day campers this Friday. Our Camp 4 Echoes did a lot of outdoor experiences this summer. We mentioned the Gold Awards. We've got membership season starting up here with back to school coming here very, very quickly.
I was going to ask about that. Now, how do people sign up? Because it's the time starting in another couple of weeks, isn't it?
Exactly. It is. Now's the time.
Okay.
And whether you are just entering kindergarten or you are in middle school or you are in high school, any time's a right time to be a Girl Scout.
Okay.
We are about inspiring girls of courage, confidence, and character, and boy, do we need that. And so we're out there doing all we can do to help others be part of that. You just need to go to our website, call the Girl Scout office. We'll find you. We'll have back to school nights. We'll have booths there at any of the events around the area. But we are Eastern Washington and Northern Idaho, so we're extending up to Sandpoint, Coeur d'Alene, and then we go down to the Tri-Cities. We're everywhere.
Wow, you really
we're
are.
everywhere. That one award winners from Sela, St. John, I mentioned, was the other Gold Award winner. We're just out there trying to find girls who want to make a difference, who want to help others, who want to learn entrepreneurial skills. We just have 24 new badges have coming out in cybersecurity, other STEM events.
Welcome to the 21st century,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
That's where Girl Scouts at, is we're in the 21st century, and we're already looking to the next century.
How can people sign up? What's the best way to do it?
The best
number,
way
online?
Yep, the best way is to go either way. Just Google us and call our Girl Scout office, or just go ahead and just go
Girl
online.
Scout Spokane, that's going to
It'll
come
up.
and search.
Eastern Washington, Northern Idaho.
Yeah.
The website will come on up. Again, look for us any which way. Anyone, if you just call us, we'll reach out. We have people who connect you to troops.
Right.
We're also looking for volunteers.
Right.
To me, this is a year of saluting our volunteers, because we can't do it without them. I'm going to come out.
Saluting our volunteers.
Saluting our volunteers. That's what I'm talking about, because we can't do it without our volunteers. We've got over 1,500 volunteers out there within our council making a difference. And we've got over 3,000 girls, and our goal is to get to 5,000 girls, because if we do that, our community, our nation is going to be better for it.
Yes. Well, I think it's great. Two things. One is I want you to bring somebody in this fall when
Okay.
it works out. Okay.
Sure.
And the second thing is when we talk about saluting, let's salute somebody who comes from Spokane that lost his life.
Let's do that. I appreciate you bringing it up. Again, my purpose here is to be here and celebrate Girl Scouts, but one of the other hats that I wear is I'm an Army Reserve Ambassador. We actually right now have a company overseas in Iraq that is stationed here out at Fairchild Air Force Base. We also have another reserve group out in Yakima. But I'm just here to represent the fact that the Army Reserve is out there working hard, and they have two jobs. They have served their country and they serve their community, and so I celebrate them. But yesterday we did lose an active duty, or last week, an active duty soldier, Taylor Galvin. He did 9 deployments overseas. He was with 9 deployments overseas. 34 years old. He has a wife and 2 children, but he's from Spokane.
Okay.
And I tell you, he lost his life in a helicopter crash in Iraq last week, and so they released his name yesterday, and I saw he was from Spokane. We've had a lot of patriots go forth here.
Yes.
We have 3 Congressional Medal of Honor winners just from North Central alone. That's just extraordinary, the history of heritage that we have within this community here. We're patriots here. We love this country, and Taylor was one of them. So thank you for bringing that up. We honor his memory, and we wish the best to his family as they go forward in these hard times.
If people want to get behind the family and help, how can they do that?
They're not here in Spokane right now. They're down in Kentucky. He was with 101st, so I don't really know more than that.
So he'll get
but
support from down there.
He'll get support from down there. I don't know if he'll come back home here or if he'll be buried elsewhere, but Spokane just has a lineage of love of country, and I just appreciate wanting to mention someone who gave their life for us.
It's the ultimate sacrifice, and we appreciate all our men and women, what they do every day, but doing that ultimate sacrifice is tough on the family as well. So thank you, Brian,
welcome.
for coming in today.
Thank you
and
for what you
sharing
do
that.
for our community.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back.
See you tomorrow night, and thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
To help you be safe, Washington state law requires you to call 811 2 full business days before you plan, for example, to dig, drill, plow, pull from, or pound anything into the ground. Be prepared to provide the operator with the correct address, cross street, and a description of your work. You must mark the dig area with white paint. The operator will inform you of the utilities notified of your impending excavation. Wait for all their marks. Be safe and dig with care.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Well, welcome back. I have a former city council candidate from 3 years ago here, but more important, Evan, you are deeply involved in the community, continue to be. You have your own business, and you're doing something really unique, and that is you're getting ready. You've designed and are, I assume, out for the getting ready to go to the permitting stage and all of that we have to go through today, because nothing happens overnight. For a downtown apartment building.
That's true.
And it's the first time in what, since about the 70s?
It's been the 70s and the 80s were the last time we saw some brand new apartments going on.
There's been redos of buildings and that kind of thing, but now it's time to start from the vacant lot, if you will, and build up.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy going on right now in Spokane, and a lot of people wanting to get involved in some new projects now.
Okay.
You know, a lot of the rehab. There's plenty of opportunity to continue to rehab buildings, but now you see some of that with a lot of those buildings being rehabbed already. Now you're getting into more development, new development, you know, and taking over some of the parking lots and some of that are downtown Spokane.
And people kind of want to take over some of the parking lots, you know, even though there's always a parking need. But I'm told we have a lot of parking. It's just a matter you got to go and find it and so forth. Tell me about why a new apartment building? What is driving that?
Well, there's a high demand for housing. Obviously, the stock is low, and there's a lot of excitement for moving into downtown. There's been a lot of talk of some of the new businesses moving into Spokane, the region, such as Amazon and others.
Right.
So I think that there's just this sort of entry-level market rate, nicer housing. There's a need for that. There's some higher-end condos still available downtown. There's higher-end housing, and then there's more affordable type housing, and there's that, I think, a missing section right in the
kind
middle.
Kind of that middle,
the middle.
And that's what you're shooting for with this, right?
That's exactly what this is going to fulfill. It's 51 units.
Wow.
And it's going to it's 7 stories, and it's going to fulfill, sort of that young professional niche that I don't think is out there. People can't quite afford some of the nicer, newer apartments that are more luxury focused.
Right. Well, you start off in middle management, or start off in the middle. You don't start off as being president of your own company and making $400,000 a year and so forth. And they need a place to go. Tell me now, where is this going to be?
So this project particularly is located in West Downtown on First Avenue.
Okay.
Which is a part of downtown that has seen. It's a historic corridor, and it's
starting to improve.
It's starting to improve. There's a lot of work going on. The city has invested a lot of money in there as well. There's been some articles about tens of millions of dollars being infused into this part of downtown.
Right.
And part of it is this project. Part of it is the revitalization of the Otis building, which is going to be a new boutique hotel, and we potentially are working with a restaurant tenant in that one as well.
Okay.
And then across the street is the Watts Automotive building, which was recently sold and traded hands a couple times, and is going to be a new brewery. A craft brewery by some local owners and some investors, and then also a restaurant. That in combination with the CSO tank, the storm tank that's being built by the city of Spokane, another large investment by the city. So there's a lot of moving parts going on this side of downtown, and in 12 to 18 months from now, it's going to be
different, isn't it?
It's going to maintain a lot of the history, a lot of the older buildings, but there's going to be a lot new, more energy and newer energy into it. The park and the brewery and the restaurants and the housing is all going to be really transformative. So.
How exciting. And I think for my friends down at KHQ and so forth, Neil Bowling, who is the station manager there, and I are good friends, and he slams the work going on in the back street, which is Adams Street, and he calls it the Kent Adams Street, just to, it's like a pest, Kent. I can't get into the building.
You go down there now. There's really no easy way to navigate there. Every street.
But it's at the tail end of the project,
it is.
though.
It's been going on for a while, but they're starting to wrap up. They're looking at paving here before before fall. But there's been a lot of infrastructure work with the tank, and then new, utility work, sewer, water lines.
And a little bit of a park area there coming on the top of it,
exactly.
right?
So above the tank is going to be not new development, but actually a new park.
Yes.
That is going to be, something that side of downtown would be nice to have and close access. There's a dog walk that's going to be nearby to there as well.
It's a place you can go out and have lunch, take your sack lunch or buy a lunch and walk over and do it without having to walk all the way downtown or somewhere else. And for people that are trying to identify, it's on the west end of the KHQ, and then across the street where fire station number 4 used to be.
Yeah, and there's been different plans over the years of what to do with that parcel, and then obviously the city found a good fit for their stormwater
that makes
tank.
sense. That makes sense.
And this building that I'm working on, the 51 units, is also going to have a retail or a commercial space on the ground floor, potentially a restaurant. Again, so I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities to actually infuse that park with a lot of energy. The brewery specifically we're going to be cutting several openings into the side of the building that's going to front the park. So I think a lot of times people think maybe Spokane has a lot of parks, or maybe too many, or how is that going to
never.
How's it going to be used? And it's going to be used well in this part of downtown. It's really needed, and having the brewery there and all these restaurants, I think it's going to be a pretty spectacular place.
Well, you're very involved in the construction from an architect standpoint and the development, and I wanted to just, before we finish here, to talk about what is going on in Spokane. Everything I see seems to be very positive in terms of building and new businesses and so forth. But you're on the front lines here of designing a building and trying to price it. And then from day you get approval from owners and all of that to the day you can start building can be what? 6 months?
I mean,
more? Year?
We probably broke records with this project. In the 51 units, we actually did it in about 4 months, but you see projects that can go 6, 8, 12 months. Public projects, obviously, even much longer.
Right.
And so in that time frame, there are a lot of moving parts, and part of that is the volatility of the market and just material costs, which right now is a big thing. So while there's a lot of energy and I think a positive attitude with the economy, everyone's sort of a little cautious and just trying to watch what's going on with material prices and trying to make sure, just in the last year, there's been a 10% increase and on average across the board on materials. And so people are, you start planning a project, by the time you're turning in for permit, it's already increased cost by 10%. So that's just something that, we're used to seeing that, but it's a little bit more aggressive and volatile right now.
3 times what it often is at 2 or 3% or something like that. Well, but that's part of the progress, though, too. I don't see it as necessarily being negative, except that you have to resharpen the pencil a little bit.
And there's some corrections that occur, and some costs in some areas have gone down. But again, it's more than we see, but it's just something you sort of have to adapt for and be prepared to change. This drawing is submitted to the city for permit right now, but again, there's going to be a process of seeing where the budget finally comes in versus some of the budgeting that happened 6 months ago, and making some corrections.
Okay, so you've submitted the plans. How long does that take on average?
Actually, the city has done a really good job of being sort of pro developer, pro builder, and really turn those around rather quickly. So you basically will turn in a project and they'll get comments back to you in about 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Which, when you're talking about jurisdictions like Seattle, or I've worked on some projects in Hawaii, you're talking months and months.
Yes.
And so I think Spokane, I give credit to the people that are really working there, on the ground, in the offices, that they just do the best they can. And it's a phenomenal experience working with those people in the city of Spokane.
And I'm going to guess they're a little busy right now.
They're busy, and they have their resources to sort of ramp up and address that, because they're busy. But whether we're slow, and this was 4 or 5 years ago, and it wasn't quite as busy as it is now, it was always 3 weeks, and so they've managed to keep up with those expectations.
Well, good for them, because we often hear about the bureaucracy and everything else and all the negatives, and it's kind of good to hear good things going on.
Well, there are, people have their complaints with government in various capacities, but I got to say that the building department, the planning department, the people that I interface with on a daily basis are just
I think
outstanding.
Our mayor has pushed that quite a bit over his tenure of about 7 years now.
Well, and it's changed, even the way that the customers interacted, and just the citizen would go into the building department, the way they interfaced has changed dramatically over the last 6-7 years. And when I was earlier in my career, they remodeled that floor and have done a lot of things to be more customer focused, and focused really on the citizen and the architects and their customers. So.
Okay, so pronounce your name of your company.
It's Trek Architecture is the name. Trekarch is sort of the short name.
That's what I've seen. I'm going, okay, what's the trick here?
Yeah. And we've got we're just a small firm. We've got 3 of us right now. We specialize in sort of commercial and residential and hospitality design. Okay. We don't really get into the public works as much. Right. But, we're just busy, and we're just enjoying every day. It's always sort of something new is going on.
And one of the things I enjoy is on Facebook with you and your family, and the trips and the interaction. It is obvious to me as I watch what you do, you are a great father. And it comes across that way. And we hear all the horror stories out there. And so once in a while, it's nice to say, way to go, Dad.
Yeah, well, we were friends on Facebook personally and via the business. And, as a business owner, you're committing a lot of time and a lot of hours, and you're trying to balance that family balance. And, I think it's been an incredibly busy time over the last year or so for me. You got to just find that time to still be a dad to your kids and a good husband. So.
Yeah, good for you. Well, congratulations, because it's obvious by watching you on Facebook, you're accomplishing that. So good for that. I think that's great. Well, thank you, Evan, for coming in and for updating us. And what I'd ask is, as this moves on in a few months, come on back and let's show breaking ground and some other kinds of things.
Yeah, there's so many good things.
Yes, I think it's great news.
Yeah, we'll be able to provide you with lots of updates as we go forward.
Let's plan to do that.
Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot. Hey, good to see you again.
Thanks.
All right.
You bet.
And thanks for watching today. We'll see you next Wednesday right here on Spokane Talks Live.
Spokane Talks Live is produced in Spokane, Washington by Spokane Talks Online, LLC, which is solely responsible for its content. To recommend a guest or topic, or to see this program again, please visit our website, SpokaneTalksOnline.com. Spokane Talks Live is brought to you by our friends at Homes for You and Breakthrough Incorporated. Join us next Wednesday, noon, for another nourishing conversation on Spokane Talks Live.